Joining hands with the growing Occupy movement, tens of thousands of people have vowed to take a shot at America's big banks this Saturday. It is officially Bank Transfer Day, which aims to deprive leading bankers of their customers. Let's talk now to Neil Sroka, shall we, for a bit more insight, whose organisation, the Progressive Change Campaign Committee, is helping this whole process along. Evening, Neil. Now, whatever your views of the big banks, they have proven to be pretty safe and reliable for the average customer, haven't they? I mean, what guarantees is there about these alternatives that they're any safer bet for your average customer?
Yeah, there's a lot of safer bets all over the country. In the United States, we have credit unions, federal credit unions and state credit unions. They're a great alternative. They're connected to their community. And they're a great way for folks to get out from under the foot of big corporate banks that were responsible for ruining the economy and over the last 15 years have consolidated power in the United States.
All right, I'm going to take all that in, but where are the guarantees? Sell it to me.
Oh, the guarantees are, your money is just as safe in a federal credit union as it is anywhere else. It's, guaranteed by the U.S. government up to $250,000. And more importantly, the money stays in your community. The federal credit unions, unlike banks, aren't concerned about profits. The profits are shared directly with the participants in the credit union. So you don't have to worry about your banking fees going up to pay for some fat cat's huge salary. Ultimately, any profits that come back will come back to the members of the credit union, and that's exactly what people want.
All right, well, it's all for a good cause, but will it really make a difference? Maybe you're talking, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people if they took you up on this offer. But the big banks, of course, have got many millions of customers across the globe. OK, it may dent them a bit, but will they really take any notice?
Well, I think they're taking notice for sure. Over the last month or so, since September 29th, over 650,000 people across the country, and folks who are going right now to bankcitus.org, the PCCC's website, are finding credit unions, and they've moved their money. That's billions and billions of dollars have moved. At the end of the day, if these big banks decide that money and those accounts aren't useful, then good luck to them. But we're going to take our money, we're going to move it elsewhere, and we're taking action and really responding to the Occupy Wall Street movement that's been sweeping the country with concrete action that everyone can take.
I guess, Neil, one of the counter-arguments here, though, is this really a good time, a sensible time to be taking a shot at the big banks that are helping to prop up the U.S. economy that's struggling so badly now through this economic downturn?
Well, I'll tell you this. The American people, at the worst of the recession, propped up the big banks. They were too big to fail. So in a lot of ways, people moving their money right now are making sure that these banks aren't going to be too big to fail again and that we aren't going to have to bail them out again.
I mean, what you're talking about here and the whole Occupy movement that's also raging across the U.S., it's all kind of related in an anti-corporate nature. Standing back from it, looking at the broad picture, how much of a success has all this had so far? Has it been worth it, do you think? I kind of know you're going to say yes, but do you really believe that it's really having the effect you want?
No, listen, I entirely understand your question, and where we are having tremendous success is for the first time in decades. People are thinking about the degree to which corporations have power in this country and the degree to which the way in which corporations that have power have been taking power away from regular American citizens. It's been a phenomenal success because over the last few weeks, we've been talking about the degree to which, income inequality is a problem in this country, rather than absurd talk about how we're going to be cutting Social Security and cutting Medicare benefits in order to fix a deficit problem. This movement has been successful because it's changed the conversation, and today it's successful because people are going to sites like bankcitus.org and moving their money.
Live from the US, Neil Sroka from the Progressive Change Campaign Committee. Thanks ever so much.
Thanks a lot.